My name's Brick Bain, and I'm camping. So, been watching some YouTube videos of this guy named Steve, Camping with Steve. It's his YouTube channel, I think. And I was watching him and getting a hoot out of this guy, Canadian Blah. I don't know why I said Blah, Canadian guy. Super funny. And I love that he lights a fire in a different way every time. Such a hoot. And thinking to myself that I camp a lot, then I was like, why not just record myself camping? That's what Steve does. So we're out here in the forest. I just went to Little Crater Lake here in Estacada, Oregon. Estacada, whatever you want to say. And saw Little Crater Lake. It was all right. Nothing too mind-blowing. But then came down some forest roads here on the left when you leave, because the campground there is closed because of COVID-19, and found this long trail here, and I'm probably a fourth of the mile down this trail, and this is about the end of it. You can kind of see that it goes back a bit more, but I think some trees have fallen, some larger ones, and there's definitely some chainsaw marks in here some places, so looks like some people would try to make some paths and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Definitely noticed people have been here because I found some what are they called? Beer caps or beer lids, or yeah, caps you fling off. So I'm throwing those away. Been collecting firewood here a little bit. Kind of decided this is gonna be my camping spot here, and pretty stoked about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a fire lit here. I need some coals going, because I'm gonna be cooking a bit for some dinner, and once we get the fire going, we can start getting camp all set up here. And yeah, I'm freaking stoked. I live in downtown Portland, and it's good to get out every once in a while, and just be alone with trees. Love trees. Before I light this fire here, there's a lot of brush here, and stuff that can super easily light. This stuff, I forget what this is called. Something whiskers, something mustache. I don't know, but just comes off of your trees, and super good for starting a fire. So I'm gonna be using this stuff to start my fire. And like I said, over on the ground there behind me, there's a couple bunches of this fallen. There's some bark and stuff, so we're gonna clear that out of the way just so we don't have any fire issues, since we're not doing it in a ring. But you just need maybe that or double that. I've already got a little bit over here that I picked off earlier, but yeah, this will light up your fire real well. So I'm gonna clear this area out, then start on the old fire. It's a little bit of a hill, just minorly, and something I've learned about. Another lid there. Something I've learned about camping in a tent, especially on a hill, is that I'll roll down the hill. Super simple lesson there. But so instead of sleeping like this on the hill and rolling that way, I'm gonna lay like that. That way my feet are down. Yeah. I don't know if this is how you start a fire or organize your wood. This is how I do it. Like I said, I got a little beard mustache fur here. I've got my smallest wood and bark, stuff that I know it's going to go up pretty quick and small here. Over here I've got a larger pile of wood that's ready to go, which is good. Always collect your firewood before you start a fire. That way you can keep it rolling. So, yeah. Let's get it lit. Okay guys, I've got camp set up here. Feeling pretty good about it. Let me give you a little tour. Right here, got a cast iron and some other tools. Got a very nice bowl from Alexandria Cummings, who's a ceramicist. Really good gift from my best friend Abby Dement. A little spoon and fork dude. Some olive oil, headlamp, which I'll take. A little spice container, which has a bunch of spices that I threw in there. Got a bag full of fresh veg. My chef knives. The old fire pile. We've got a wild lighter, which I need to take care of. Little chair, hang out by the fire. I've got 2 letters to write, and I need to make some progress in this book, because I need to give it back to my friend. Axe, water bottle. Let's go into this little tent. This is a Mountain Hardware Drifter 2DP, if you're nerdy about tents. It's a 2-person tent, super keen on water resistant. Little green tint in here maybe. This is my sleeping bag. Don't know what brand or where it's from, but it's from my friend Andrew and Bree. But I've used it for a while now, so I think I might even hand it down soon. Gift it away. Some pillows. Got some mosquitoes coming at me as I'm filming this. Little cup here for some boiling hot water in the morning. Water bottle, cup. I've got a AeroPress over there already filled with some ground coffee. Water bottle, bananas, phone, apple, sweatshirt a little later. What I got over here? Backpack and bungee cords, because bungee cords are legendary. So yeah, gonna try to separate this out, make a little more coals, and start get cooking. I think I'm gonna make some salmon up with some fresh veg, some radishes, carrots. What else I have? Golden beets. Might snack on a banana or an apple while I'm cooking. Yeah, so let's get to it. So like I said, got a prep a little bit of veg here. And I'm thinking, don't have a plan here at all. I was thinking maybe quarter and eighth radishes. Slice some of these golden beets real well. A little bit of a grilled lemon in there. Some beautiful carrots. Fire's picking up a bit. Actually, I'm kind of getting it ready to put the pan on here, but I flattened it down and getting ready for some beautiful coals. Some stuff's already going. You basically seen what's been going on here. I cut up some carrot, some radish, some golden beet, added a bit of seasoning and spice, submerged it with water, like just to their brim, which was exactly one water bottle that I had. Then once that boiled down, add a little oil in there as well. Once that boiled down, threw a little piece of salmon in here, skin side down, with some oil. That's cooking up real nice. It looks fucking delicious. Then I've got a little bit of burnt lemon here that yeah. Just gonna throw it over the salmon and the vegetables a bit and add a real nice taste. Real smoky taste. I think I'm about to flip this salmon here. Gotta be careful of this side edge. The pan is leaning a little bit more this way. A little bit of oil there, but no worries at all. Always lay it away from you, by the way. I forgot, I've got a spork and spoon here, but, spork and spoon. I have a spork and spoon. I can't say spoon. I've got a fork and spoon here, but I forgot any other real utensils besides knives. But this is cooking up to be something real nice. I'm going to take it off the grill here in just a minute, and I'll show you what we cooked up. So while I was waiting for that veg to cook down a little bit, the water to evaporate, I've been writing some letters here to my family. My brother just had 2 beautiful babies, twin girls, so I'm very excited to meet them in probably 2 months here. Was going to go a bit earlier, but all COVID stuff happened and couldn't really fly to St. Louis. So I'm actually writing them letters, the babies that were just born, as well as my 2 other nieces, who are 9 now, and yeah, kind of just reflecting on my relationship with my brother, and their relationship with each other, and how proud I am of them, and super smart girls. But yeah, been really good writing some letters. Good thing about the old family, and I'm very stoked about a visit. But I think it's time to eat and dig in. Well, here we go, guys. Get a good view of that. Very nice, very happy. Get some good veg in, some salmon in, and don't forget about your lemons, man. That juice is very good. Probably one of my favorite tastes. You can just see. Oh yes. But that's cooking some salmon, carrot, golden beet, radish, some burnt lemon on the cast iron while camping. I'm gonna dig in. Get a little first bite of this guy. Just flaking apart. You. That's what it's all about. Of course, when I start eating, the smoke starts going my way. That's just kind of how it happens sometimes, eh? That burnt lemon over those vegetables, those were really nice as well. I think I said before, but this bowl is made by Alexandria Cummings. I have 2 of them. Any chef who uses her bowls is probably thinking to himself, why would you take that in the woods and camping with you? Because it's ceramic, you know? It's fragile. But my favorite bowls right now. I'm not backpacking, you know, my car's right there, so I'm not too afraid of breaking them. And actually, it's broken already. May not look like it, but there's a hairline crack somewhere. I know for sure. I'm gonna bash the rest of this, enjoy this nice campfire, and finish my last letter to my niece. Probably try to get a little reading in. Probably not that much more. Not much more light, so I don't know how much reading I'll get in, but it'll be time to jump in the old tent and pass out. I think I downloaded wow, that fire's getting toasty. I think I downloaded a movie on my phone from Netflix. I don't remember. No, I did. Can't get over how good this is. You know, restaurants, when they put the food in the window, they've got a heat lamp sometimes, most of the time. Keep your food hot, right? And before that, they keep the bowls hot. That way or another way. I feel like this bowl is getting so hot on this side just from this fire. Normally this cast iron, I clean immediately. And clean it with some wool and maybe a paper towel, you know, some paper towels. Just wipe it dry. You don't need soap or water if you take care of it. And then just do a little oil, another wipe down a paper towel. Andrew taught me that one. Gave me the sleeping bag. He was real stingy about his cast iron when I lived with him. But I think I'm just gonna leave it. Not really too in the mood to clean it up right now. And I clean it super well, like 99% of the time, so this is at 1%. And I'll clean it tomorrow when I get home. This is a super good, like, little hideaway, you know. Really glad I found it. Not close to the road. Even though it's a forest road, nobody's coming down it. Kind of bummed that Little Crater Lake wasn't a bit more. It's more of a blue pond. But I think Blue Pond is already taken as a name. It's in southern Oregon, I think. About 4 to 5 hours away. I actually think Blue Pond is near Crater Lake. But it takes me 6 hours to get to California from Portland, so it's probably about 4 or 5 hours away from Portland. I'm about an hour 45 from Portland right now. when people people cook sometimes, let me show you this. People cook sometimes. That is very hot. They take these little nice stem, you know, the little hairy bits or little green bits off. And while it's crazy, I'll take it off. But leave that stuff on. I suggest a challenge to yourself would be to use as much of the vegetable that you buy as you can. That kind of sounds like common sense, but a lot of people don't do that. I mean, ooh, I love that crunchy skin on that. I always get a crunchy skin on your salmon. Super underrated. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, for the golden beets, got the big leaves on the end of them, right? People just throw those away. I'd tear those up, put them in your smoothie. Your little green, or whatever smoothie you're making. I would, but I just broke my blender actually. I need to get a nice blender, because sometimes I go a little too ham and I don't take care of the blenders. If you guys have any go-to camp food things, like things you make while you're camping that remind you of camping, let me know. Be super interested in that. Not saying that salmon is a super normal camp food for me, something I eat often while camping, but something I splurge on every once in a while. I think probably the most basic thing I've ever done while camping, I don't know what they're called, but I went camping with Jason and Monkey. These two guys I used to be camp counselors with. I went camping with them, and they showed me this thing. I don't remember what it was called. It was like flour and water. I think it was literally just flour and water. And you smash it all together, and it's kind of like a dough. And you lay it straight on the coals. I think it's called something coal, or like coal bread, or like something like that. And then you just have honey. You just take it out of the fire, directly on the coals, take it out, and put some honey on it. It's super good. I like really basic things like that. Since I said the most simplest thing I've ever done while camping, I'm trying to think of the most complicated I've ever done while camping. I cooked a duck once. Actually, no. That wasn't a duck. I was actually going to La Push. If you guys know La Push in Washington, I was going to Second Beach, and on Thanksgiving actually, with my friend Leanne, and I went extra, man. I went all out. I had a cooler full of things, and I think I was gonna cook either. Maybe it's a quail. It was two little quails that I was planning to cook up. But we got down, it was raining when we got there, but we were still in high spirits. Got there at night, it was raining and dark, and I was like determined, you know. It was raining, I was like, come on, like, let's just go down, let's go down this path and set it up. And we were all stoked, very excited. And we got down there, and guess what? The tide had risen to the entire area, and that's when I learned about tides, or at least to look for high tide and low tide, when you research that shit when you're camping on beaches. It's not something I thought about at the time. So what we ended up doing is we found a hotel not too far from there, and stayed there. We actually got like the king suite, or whatever they want to call it, whatever the nicest suite was, because everything else was rented out. They would do like a regular price, which was super cool. And I did what I was gonna do, little quail overnight, in like a really big like cauldron guy. Such good like Thanksgiving breakfast. Quail. That was really good dinner, guys. I sucked that up. Definitely enjoyed it. I think I could have added like a touch more seasoning, a little salt and pepper, but really that was like super good. Everything was super tender. Could have crisped up the skin on the salmon just a tad more, just on one side, but it wasn't super crispy. And I wish I had a little bit of mint. Mint comes to mind. A little bit of a green garnish to finish that off. That would have really like bright, like lemon. Excuse me, a lemon made it bright, but a little mint in there would have been next level. But that's like what the future is for, Making a dish and refining it and see what you like and don't like. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with me on this camping trip. Having a really good time. That's what it's about. Just chilling in nature, listening to the birds, the trees swing. I've been listening to a podcast recently about Bigfoot. I know that was out of right field. Listening to a podcast about Bigfoot, and I'm kind of a believer. That sounds super weird, but I'm kind of a believer now. And so when I'm out here today, I've just been thinking about it, I'd love to be Bigfoot. That's my favorite. You hear that? These beautiful birds. Just a little bit of wind. Crackle of a fire. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or morning, whenever you're watching this, and I hope you get to go camping soon. Leave a comment and tell me your favorite thing to cook while you're camping. Let me know if you've got any ideas or things I could have done better or different. I'm trying to think of those things myself. Bye, guys.